Into weather right now, and we're bringing Paul. And heck, if you like mild summers,
yeah, we have been very lucky.
I love this right now.
Yes, it's been unusually chilly in San Francisco, one of the 25 chilliest first halves of summer on record, but other parts of the country have not been quite so lucky. So let's enjoy this for as long as it lasts, because eventually, the heat's going to pay us a visit. Let's take a look at the nationwide perspective, and there are other parts of the country that do have excessive heat advisories and heat advisories and excessive heat warnings in effect for the next several days. All these areas, the Mississippi River Valley into the Great Plains, are going to have heat indices over 105 degrees within the pink. That's the excessive heat warning. Some areas there have heat indices in the 110 to 115 range, which is just gross. So we are going to be seeing the heat not becoming a problem for us at all over the next several days. Let's take a look at the reason why. And it's because of the onshore breeze, which is going to continue. The wind arrow is barely showing up here, but you can see that they are flowing parallel to the coast and then turning in as they approach the bay. And that gusty onshore wind is going to be a factor once again tomorrow. Might back down a little bit by Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, which is when temperatures are going to return to at least a little bit closer to what's normal for this time of year. But we have the widespread 20 to 30 mile an hour gusts out there this evening. The winds die down somewhat overnight. They pick back up during the day tomorrow, more 20 to 30 mile an hour gusts than Wednesday. I think just one category lighter in terms of that onshore wind, but it's still going to be onshore, and our temperatures are going to be below average through the duration of the 7-day forecast. You've seen gray skies over the bay and along the coast throughout the day. Well, here's a little bit of sunshine as we look out from San Jose, where the temperature is only 72 degrees. So despite that July sunshine, temperatures were well below what's normal for this time of year across the entire Bay Area today. Low 60s in San Francisco and Oakland. Everybody else only in the low to mid 70s. Not normal for this time of year, but it's going to continue. Take a look at the local map, and we'll track the fog as we head through the rest of tonight. And again, it's going to be fog and low cloud cover, but a big inland push. It is a deep marine layer, so it's able to overcome those terrain obstacles surrounding the bay. Even a little bit of that sneaking into the Central Valley once again. It will retreat from those inland valleys, but not until about 9 or 10 o'clock. You're going to see some cloud cover lingering for a little bit longer than what we're used to for this time of year. But again, it's just part of this overall unusually cool weather pattern. Another cool day in store for us with high temperatures running about 10 to 15 degrees below average for inland parts of the Bay Area. Only in the low to mid 70s in the Santa Clara Valley. 75 degrees in Los Gatos, one of the warm spots. 74 degrees around Antioch and Brentwood. Barely hitting the low 70s in Concord and Livermore. Just weird weather for late July. 60s in San Francisco and Oakland. Bayside temperatures only running about 5 or 6 degrees below normal. And at the coast, well, that's where you expect to be. Low 60s for highs for the next 7 days at least. A mix of upper 60s and low 70s for the North Bay, only struggling up to around 70 degrees in Santa Rosa by tomorrow afternoon. So let's take a look at the pattern over the next couple of weeks. We are going to be seeing the 6 to 10 day outlook continuing to highlight cooler than average conditions expected. All of the blue over not just the Bay Area, but most of California indicates a strong signal towards those cool conditions continuing right through the end of the month. But there are some changes just beyond that. It's not a signal towards necessarily hot weather, but at least a return to average in the 8 to 14 day outlook, which does take us into early August. So again, enjoy the pattern that we're in right now, because eventually you're going to be running the air conditioner on a more consistent basis away from the water. Temperatures over the next 7 days, you can see we just barely return to the 80s by the end of the weekend, then up to the mid 80s inland on Monday, but that's still below normal for late July. Temperatures around the bay, very little change on a day-to-day basis. Morning cloud cover, giving way to afternoon sunshine beginning on Wednesday, but tomorrow's going to be another generally gray day. High temperatures mostly in the mid to upper 60s, and at the coast, once again, it is just a very consistent forecast with gray skies and temperatures barely cracking 60 degrees each afternoon.